Well, good morning and welcome back to quite a windy morning in the Timbavati Game Reserve. We are currently on lock with one of the Vuyela males, accompanying a young lioness, which could be one of the lionesses from the Sark Breakaway Pride. And it looks like that she might be coming into heat or estrus. In the next day or two, this male is persisting and he's following. He's busy forming a courtship with her. They're also separate from the pride. So who knows, maybe this afternoon or tomorrow morning we might see them courting with each other. But the 5 Vuyela brothers has been back in our traverse. The gentleman on Game Drive did see them yesterday morning. It's great news to hear that all 5 brothers are still together. Now he's following. Now, we're lucky to have them on Rockvik airstrip. So the irony of 2 courting lions on the airstrip, possibly heading somewhere for their honeymoon. But the lioness is disdaining a little bit. She is showing quite a bit of agnostic behavior. Typically, when she is ready completely, she'll go down on her forequarters and raise her rear, which is known as the lordosis reflex. And that's when the male knows that copulation would ensue from there. So to entice the male, the lioness would walk. He will immediately follow, as you saw earlier on, and she will swap her tail in his face. She'll still be growling, but eventually she'll allow him to mount her. And he's staying very close by as a first suitor, first come, first serve. And if there's any other males that picks up on the cues or the pheromones of this female, they'll have to challenge him. So we are keeping a safe distance. Normally we can go slightly closer during normal circumstances, but because they are courting, the male psyche would change a little bit. So a little bit more agnostic behavior shown towards the vehicle, so we're keeping a healthy distance. But it is just past 6 o'clock on a summer's morning. Not much rain forecasted, but quite overcasted and windy. Probably a good 24-25 degrees Celsius at the moment, so it's fairly cool compared to yesterday's 38. Was a scorcher. Well, at first thought, if you guys do remember and see previous earlier episodes, part of the Heartbeat series, the river pride that was in our area, controlled by the Naru males, there was a lioness, and a very special lioness that was the lone survivor from the very first litter. It was known as the Young Princess. And at first glance I did think, yo, but she looks very similar. But obviously, Young Princess is not part of the Sark Breakaway Pride, and that's the pride that the Vuyela boys do control at the moment. We're going to have to go do some identification and compare whisker patterns to see if this is in fact that Young Princess. Could you imagine that the Vuyela males could possibly be taking over the River Pride and have pride separation going for them. That will be absolutely remarkable, especially following the story of the River Pride for the last 3 years. Last news about the River Pride is that the young princess was missing from the Pride, and it is about her time to come into estrus as well and to start looking for a suitor. So there is a good chance that it might be her, folks.
Copy that. You can grab that third behind Safari, line up full.
I have no doubt that the guys on Safari would follow up this afternoon. So possibly by this afternoon or tomorrow morning, if nothing changes with this potential courtship, then we might see these guys, mates. But it's always great to update you guys on the secret lives of our big cats out here. If you do enjoy these videos, ring the bell and like the video as well, and leave a comment down below. I'll appreciate.
Can you give me an update about on those two, Gala, my daughter and my party? That's all day.
But earlier than expected. Well, hopefully in the coming days we get to see the 4 other brothers. They'll probably be together while these 2 will be isolated from the rest momentarily. But it's going to be interesting to know exactly who this lioness would be and how this would unfold. Would she lead this male back towards the rest of the River Pride? Only time will tell.
Unconventional position for lion.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. That was her first. Sorry, folks. Don't think I should elaborate.
PG here.
Enter the Vuyela male with that lioness we spent some time with this morning. What a beast of a male. See the main development there on the upper chest, behind the elbows, in their prime at the moment. We did hear the 4 other brothers roaring towards Klaseri. So basically just behind that male to the top right corner, where K into that area. But from this morning they were on our airstrip, and they did move about 500 meters to the east. And we're lucky to relocate them quite quickly. Picked up their tracks, and the wind was blowing quite a fair amount today, so it did smoothen out the tracks a little bit. I would love to get an accurate ID of this lioness. We did think it might have been one of the young females that left the River Pride temporarily. If you guys do remember the young princess, or one of the young Sark breakaway females. Staying very close,
Yeah.
always keeping her in his sights. So the main's main function as a protective layer in very large battles, but also sexual identification. The darker the mane, apparently the more testosterone with research. But lionesses would be able to see a large maned male lion moving over the horizon. We'll be able to say that we either go there or we'd run away. For nomads, seeing a pride male coming closer, we'll definitely see the large mane, and they'll try and avoid that with all costs. So just sort of to the northwest of a crossing called Impala Dam Drive crossing, on a Rockvik property as well. So the lodge there to the left top corner. So maybe tonight we'll hear the brothers vocalize from the dinner table. That'll be absolutely ideal. Well guys, it's about time for us to leave these two honeymooners in peace and give them their privacy. Some other guys that will probably come follow up later on. From the Timbervati Game Reserve, this is Christoph Skuman. Wherever you find yourself, stay safe and cheers for now.